What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Wednesday, July 27th, 2022. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Truly appreciate you all very much. Hope you're doing outstanding. Just finished a show with David, Spiritual Daddy, on his YouTube channel, The Leo King. Thought that this was probably the best Spiritual Daddy we put out so far, just because it went into astrology and different things. Of course, we talked about twin flames. So, I don't know. I thought it was good. If you want to check it out, it's on his channel. Please do. It might change your perspective on the show if you don't like it, or if you do like it, you'll definitely like this one. Well, let's take a look at the astrology for this Wednesday. It is, of course, Sun in Leo, of course. 4 coming to 5 degrees by the evening. Very amazing, heart-opening, radical energy that I think can come through life if we're enjoying life and going about life in a very creative sort of Leo fashion. And we have to do that kind of through this moon that's finishing up in Cancer, and it's very dark, very balsamic, and it's going to be opposing Pluto. So there's so much depth and so much truth that can come out in our lives today. And I think that even after Mars square Mercury, we've kind of had to see some harsher truths, or have some harsher conversations, or, speak loudly about our values, or people spoke loudly to us about their values. But with Mercury here coming to 17 degrees and really starting to square over to Uranus, which we're going to feel over the next 2 days, and especially intense for that new moon in Leo on Thursday, tomorrow, there's radical epiphanies that are going to show up. I mean, I think there's shocking changes in our environments and, aspects that can open our heart up more that maybe we weren't expecting, but it can also come through just different turns and twists in life that maybe don't look like that, maybe don't look like the ultimate values showing up, or a really good look into your environment about how to make the shocking change. So I think there's disruptive energy going on, and I think that can be a good thing or a bad thing. Sometimes we have to be a little disruptive, and with the sun at 4 degrees, as long as you're being disruptive in your heart chakra, in your heart center, and really putting your full self out there, I think you're disrupting in a very positive way, especially if it's aligned with your unique value system and that unique twist and turn that you could step into. However, there is this energy too that's building up that's oh gosh, if you're, hyper fixated on this value system that's based around this old sort of system and program and what society has been focusing on, that might be where some information shocks you into a place that you weren't expecting to go. So I do think that there's a lot of truth that comes out. I don't think it's an emotionally comfortable day, and I think we're closing out, of course, this Cancer season fully with this moon here today, as it's really balsamic, getting ready for this new moon, that it's a very intense emotional day that can have a lot of revelations. It can have a lot of excitement, but it can also, take people and have them kind of feel like they're getting drugged into hell, at the same time. But that moon's making really good aspects to the Taurus energy with the North Node, trine the South Node. And I think that it's trying to show you that you can detach from aspects in your life that are not fulfilling on a deep emotional level, and that you can move forward. And with Venus and Black Moon Lilith together, this can be really beautiful for giving you that disruptive energy in life to really follow in a direction that's bringing comfort and, nurturing ability into your life. But it can also be where you're trying to force some sort of comfort and some sort of foundation into your life or your relationships that really, what are you really forcing? Are you forcing something benevolent, or are you forcing something kind of, is it just your way or the highway? That's interesting. I do think we want to remember with Saturn in Aquarius, retrograde, of course, too, and square these nodes, that there is something unique and special that everybody has to bring to the table, whether it's a shocking revelation that you don't like or not. There's something that we can learn from each other, and that we don't have to force relationships to be anything that they're not. Let's really figure out what we want, figure out our uniqueness, our identity right now, and start expanding on those things with Jupiter on its final day, full day direct in Aries before it is going to retrograde back into Pisces. So we do get this new moon tomorrow right before that Jupiter retrograde, which I think is trying to expand and open all the doors. But it does take courage to walk through those doors, and you have to be a leader and a revolutionary in your life to create value right now. And I think that's by letting some things fade away that you know isn't comfortable, that you know isn't stable within yourself, so that you can ultimately create, because it's such a positive time for creative energy to really figure out and create the unique twists and turns that fit an environment and a soul dynamic that you really want to commit to and that you want to show up to. So what do you not want to show up to right now? Don't hold on with some tight pinchers for these things. Like, it's okay to let go. And I think that's a big part of today. And even with Mercury in trine over to Chiron, it's another aspect here where when you're in your true identity and you're shining from that position, you're going to have the understandings of how to unlock the great potential and the great warrior within you spiritually, whether it's a masculine warrior or whether it's a feminine, divine feminine warrior that's here to embrace and empower and nurture people who are maybe on the front lines, or maybe it's you stepping up to the front lines for your own self. There is positive energy today that is absolutely trying to revolutionize some way that you go about, I think, realizing how powerful and strong you are, and that you can make changes and transformations in your life that are just necessary here, that are going to brighten things up for you. So I think that there's a lot of positivity as we come into this Leo new moon, but it is this final balsamic day where we have to realize too where we're not taking care of ourselves on a deeper soul level, so that we can ultimately build and nurture the things that do show up with the ultimate value for where we're going and for the healing that we all go through on a day-to-day basis just as humans. And we're all kind of going through something in life. Understanding that too, and the uniqueness of each and everybody's situation, can give you that objective view on how and when you might need to let go to get what's ultimately the really beneficial force that's opening up something and a story and a belief in yourself that you might not have knew existed before. But all of a sudden these epiphanies are starting to pile up and pile up and pile up, so that you have this kind of direction and this kind of guiding light within you. I think that can be found today, and I think that can be found every day, but there is something about a transformation through intensity that does kind of throw us higher into the heavens in some way. And I think we just have to be willing to nurture that revolutionary energy as Mars is getting very, very close to Uranus. And they will be meeting with the North Node on the 29th, or actually the 31st, and coming into August 1st. So what is that, Sunday? So things are about to start happening quick, but of course Mars in Taurus feels a little slow, a little stagnant in some ways. Just make sure you're putting your life force and your drive right now into things that hold a lot of weight and a lot of value for your uniqueness, and finding energy in life to add to your uniqueness by its own uniqueness, to make something extremely unique and special manifest in your life. Hope you all have a great day. I appreciate you all very much. Shout out to Steph and Elizabeth. I just made them monitors on my channel, and they do such a great job. And I appreciate you guys both, because I didn't expect anything. I just appreciate you both, and was like, you know what, I need some mods on this channel because I go live every day. And you two are always holding it down. So thank you. Oh, yeah. Ooh, fun. The Three of Swords in reverse. I like that it's reversed, because I don't think we necessarily have to blow our brains out with this transformation. We probably don't even have to think about it so much. Like, just stop thinking about transformation and let transformation happen. It's going to show up in beautiful ways if you're accepting of just making a move if you need to. Maybe you don't need to, but I almost feel like this is getting our mind in a place where it's ready to take on some of the most like profound downloads, and why even plague yourself right now with negative thoughts or some sort of predicting some outcome that's not going to be amazing for whatever you might have to go through today? Just be present and accept what shows up as is and let things go that aren't there, so you don't feel like you're blowing all the love out of your brains when you should be keeping all the love in your heart, of course, but knowing it mentally that, of course, it's there. Page of Cups upright. Oh, the STD results are in. I don't know. I feel like good news can show up today. It's kind of like, oh, wow, this is really intense, but it's almost like the underlying, like, underbelly of it is actually, like, good news. So it looks like something you're very nervous about today. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, thank God. And it's almost like this is like, yeah, stop tripping on thinking you know the outcome. You haven't even opened the message yet from the universe. Could say exactly what you want it to say. And the Four Swords in reverse. So, I don't know. It's interesting with the Cancer Moon finishing that Cancer lunation. I think we can want to kind of take the day off in some way or kind of be lazy. And I think that really we don't want to just quit on the day. We want to like persevere through whatever the information is that shows up, whatever kind of twist and turn can show up, and like step into that. And, I also feel like the Four Swords is like the download's actually more fully here for you than you think. And you probably don't have to like seclude yourself or rest or think on it anymore either. It's like, you're worried about some result that's going to show up no matter what. Just go do the thing. Just get out there, And also, I feel like there's something too, like don't worry about what other people are going to be thinking or talking about in the background. As long as you're not sleeping on your life, you're good. Good to go. All right. I love and appreciate you all very much. I hope you have a beautiful Wednesday, and I'll see you all for that new moon in Leo tomorrow. Much love. Peace.